was there practicing and doing a few blows on his horn, so to speak, and I just said to him, Howie, listen, come on, play a little bit of silly love songs, will you? So he obliged and played. So that was a buzz, because that's one of my favourite Paul McCartney songs. And so Howie was very friendly. Roy was great. The members of the band were excellent. And Roy had a keyboard there. It was interesting how they were getting the instruments in and out of the Casbah, because it was so crowded. They had to actually part the seas like Moses. And so coming through with instruments.
I would have thought they would have just handed it over to the person next to them and then kept going down the line.
I tell you, they definitely needed a stage door there at the Casbah. And Rogue Best, Pete's brother, he basically manages the place, and he was sort of organising the roadies there, and he said, we definitely need a stage door or something like that. But the first band that we're on were an acoustic duo, which, because it was Beatle Week in Liverpool, there were a lot of, a huge number of cover bands playing Beatle tributes, and, Dicko, that's why I wish he was here, because he loves all these tribute bands, and I could talk to him for hours and hours about them. But I went down to the Gavin pub on the Friday night and saw 3 South American bands. 2 of them were Argentinian and 1 was Brazilian, and they were absolutely fantastic. But there's an acoustic duo called Rolando and Alex. They're Italian, and
interesting haircuts here, Dave.
Yeah, well, they didn't look much. They're actually father and son.
Oh,
and
it's great that the son wants to be like his dad.
Rolando was playing the guitar and singing, and Alex was playing this really cool instrumental sort of beatbox type thing that he was just playing like a bongo drum, but it was amplified, and it was really cool.
Okay.
And you sort of looked at them and thought, this isn't going to be that great, but they were fantastic.
When summer standing down, when she's my soul standing down, when she's my soul standing down. Thank you guys. All right, can you hear us?
Oh yeah.
All right, thank you. Yeah. We have different, but hey boy.
Io sento la D invece.
All right, okay. Oh, we want to remember the first Beatles song recorded in 1962 was on October, the 5th of October. This year we can celebrate the 50th anniversary of this beautiful song. Very simple, but very, very nice. Love Me Do. it only happened to me. Can't you see? Can't you see? And when I tell you that I love you, oh, you're gonna say you love me too.
They were the first band on. Then we had a band called the Ian Zodiacs, which were a German band.
Yeah, they were around in the Beatles days.
Certainly the Zodiacs were, and it was Ian and the Zodiacs. But this band is without Ian, the lead.
Oh, Ian's gone.
Ian's gone, so they call themselves the Ian Zodiacs. And they were fantastic too. They played a lot of stuff from that era.
They did a lot of Beatles covers back in the 60s.
Yep, they did. And by this time, the Casbah was getting more and more crowded. We were in there for about 6 hours, and
you're kidding.
As we got closer and closer towards Pete playing, it just got tighter and tighter in there. And I can tell you, folks, it was very, very difficult to breathe in there. You can imagine what it just. You got the feeling of what it was like in 1960 when the Beatles were playing there. And they probably would have been smoking in there too at the time as well.
I've been nervous and I should cause I gotta find my way back. I'm living life. I ain't had no real loving since I was 55. See the sun sinking to the west. I got to find my way back. I'm glittering alive. But I ain't had no real loving since that woman said goodbye.
The third band on was Roy Young and Howie Casey, and they were fantastic. And then certainly the highlight on the bill was Pete Best and his band. So Pete came through, got a massive round of applause. They had to set up his drums in one corner, and they had Rogue Best on the other set of drums. So Pete's drums got set up directly in front of where I was standing. So he was basically a metre from me when he was playing drums. But look, and I've got the set list here. I've got a copy of the set list given to me. I'll go through the songs they did, and obviously there's a lot of Beatles songs in here. They started with What Do I Say, the Ray Charles song. One After 909, Please Mr. Postman, Sweet Georgia Brown, which of course was from the Tony Sheridan sessions, P.S. I Love You, Roll Over Beethoven, Three Cool Cats, Besame Mucho, which he drummed on the audition for EMI. Some Other Guy, Ain't She Sweet, I Saw Her Standing There, Money, Cry for a Shadow, which was an interesting one.
Okay.
Long Tall Sally. Then the song I mentioned before really got a hold on me, where he just, he couldn't even keep the same rhythm as the rest of the band. My Bonnie, good to hear that. Twist and Shout, and they finished with Kansas City. So I think I did mention last week when I phoned in that he played Love Me Do, and I was mistaken, so I apologise for that. I was just doing that off the top of my head, but what I was thinking of was P.S. I Love You. I was probably thinking of P.S. Love Me Do, maybe.